Ladies and gentlemen, welcome everyone to the WWE SummerSlam Post-Show Press Conference. My name is Byron Saxton, and we are here just minutes after WWE SummerSlam. We are going to get straight to it with our first guests. Please welcome the new WWE Undisputed and World Champion and the special guest referee of tonight's main event, Jack the Lock Raiden and Daisy Kingsley.
Thanks for having us.
Lock, you know how this goes, so let's get straight to it. If you guys have questions for Daisy Kingsley, feel free to ask. First question comes from CJ Allen from YouTube. Since your time away, a few new faces have came to the WWE. Out of those new wrestlers, who would you like to face?
Good question. There's obviously a lot I could choose. James Crimson was the first of many. Aside of the new talents that came here, I am also interested to go against anyone that may have changed throughout my absence. Some guys back there were the good guys at the time we were last here. And now, some of those guys may see the WWE universe from a different perspective. They've turned heel to maybe elevate themselves, and I know this could work vice versa. Either way, I'd be interested to face anybody who believes they've improved. Anybody except James Crimson because clearly, he's fallen off.
Hey, Lock.
Hello, Kat. You still work here?
Of course I am. It's great to see you again. Anyways, you already know I'm Kat from Kat Films All. Congratulations on making history by ending the Dark Horse's memorable championship reign, despite how it ended. I'm sure everyone here wants to know, what's next?
Kat, first, thanks, but with all due respect, there is nothing memorable about James Crimson's championship reign at all. As far as I'm aware of, everybody wanted to forget about his time as champion, and that's exactly what everyone's getting. Now, with your question, you know I don't always unveil whatever I might plan next. Here's what everyone should know, like some people out there: if I'm not saying anything, then there's a chance that I'm planning something. If I'm just rambling, then there could still be a chance I'm planning something, and I say it's a chance because I could be lying. That's all I will say. Thanks for the question, Kat.
You're welcome.
We have time for one more question.
Hello, Daisy. Robin Ray from Women Who Fight. Here's another question that's in everybody's mind. Why? Why turn on James Crimson during the match?
Going back to what he said, if we're just holding promises for a long period of time, then there's a good chance that the whole thing is straight up bullshit. However, in this case, I wasn't lying. I told them that I keep this fight fair. I treat Jack like garbage for the past number of shows intentionally just so I can even the pain on the other side when the time is right. He deserved everything that was coming to him, and it was his fault for accepting it.
Alright, that will be all for our new WWE Undisputed and World Champion Jack the Lock Raiden and Daisy Kingsley. Have a wonderful evening.
Thanks.
Alright, please welcome our next guest, the superstar who won tonight's Women's World Championship match by count out, Brianna LJ Fenix. LJ, I'm sure you know how this goes. The audience will ask you a few questions. Ready?
Go ahead.
Alright, our first question comes from CJ Allen from YouTube. Now that you have reclaimed your championship, who would you expect to challenge you and your legacy?
Buddy, I don't even want to tell you at this point. I won the match but didn't get my championship. The match ended in a count out, resulting in Gage Felicity still being crowned as champion. I guess if I were to have that championship here, I would expect those who I may have some unfinished business with, like Eve Torres, Beth Phoenix, or even AJ Lee. I don't know if my legacy means anything to them, but I know I've treated them like garbage because they think they still got it against today's roster.
LJ, Justine from Ruthless Digressions.
Wait, what? Justine, what are you doing there?
Congratulating you on getting the win against the captain. Sure, it didn't go the way you wanted, but it's still a win over her nonetheless. Anyways, my question for you is, what's next, LJ?
Shouldn't I be asking you that question? Or maybe William Regal?
I'm not the GM. You can surely ask them, but I'm sure these people want to know, what do you want to do next?
I want another rematch. Hopefully a no DQ this time, so then some stupid count out wouldn't matter. By the way, the match ended in a countout because I thought the women's world champion was resilient enough to make it back to the ring on time. I wanted to test how resilient is she really. And judging by how her face looks right now, she's obviously not made of steel. Have someone book it if you can, and to Steam. Thanks for the question.
We have time for one more question. LJ.
Hi, LJ. Sock Fesner from New Flex City. Your boyfriend, Jack Raiden, has just made history by unexpectedly ending James Crimson's WWE Undisputed Championship reign with the help of Daisy Kingsley. Care to share your thoughts?
To Jack, congratulations, babe. To Daisy, thanks for bringing the World Heavyweight Championship back to its rightful owner. To James, yeah, you're done for. There's not much to say about him.
All right, that is all from the winner of tonight's Women's World Championship match, Brianna LJ Fenix. Have a good night, and hopefully that rematch happens. You might as well avenge me for all the times Cap has stolen my headset.
Sure, Byron, sure. Thanks.
Please welcome our third guest, the superstar who has successfully retained his WWE United States Championship against TBD's Cole Quinn, Atlas Buzz Carter.
Thanks for having me. Let's get straight to it.
That's the spirit. All right, first question comes from this user on YouTube. Atlas, if you had an opportunity, would you like to face Jack Raiden in a match?
Yes. Now, hear me out. 1. We never went against each other in a singles match. 2. I'm aware he's been in the center of this whole Thunderous One faction drama, and it'd be no surprise if he tries to drag me into it just because I was a part of it, which I'm not interested by the way. Just because it was the faction was more of a setup to get all of us fired by WWE, and you guys know what happens when I get on Triple H's bad side, right? Exactly. So, going back to Jack, if it makes sense, which to me, in this case, it does, I would definitely seal the lock in his place, if given the opportunity. Maybe I should let go of this United States Championship and chase the bigger prize. I'm just kidding. The last time I made a big suggestion like that, I was stripped from my NXT contract. Good question, though.
Hi, Buzz. Wayne Gonson from the Boulder Bottom Podcast. There has been speculation surrounding you and Jordana Raylan's relationship potentially coming to an end due to the recent events that took place. Can you confirm if those rumors are true?
No, I'm not confirming those rumors because they are not true. And with all due respect, our personal life and issues are not anybody's business. No one should speculate or analyze anyone's life. But I get the concern. I know what happened last Friday was something the world saw, and it may have caused some confusion. All you guys need to know is that we're totally fine. If you believe me, cool. If not, whatever. Just stay out of that side of our lives.
Okay, last question.
Hello, Buzz. JD Curry from the Dark Horse Wrestling Podcast. From what we saw at your match tonight against Cole Quinn, the steel cage match looked different from WWE's regular steel cages. Is there a story behind that you or anybody else may know?
Yes, there is a story behind it. I'll make it short. Me and Cole go way back, and during our time in the Indies, our first steel cage match was visually unusual and not very pleasing. The cage itself was made of a variety of other cages. I'm pretty sure one side was part of a prison cell. It's kind of hard to describe it, but all I can remember is that it was a mess. So, I pitched that idea to Triple H to have me and Cole look back to that time in our careers. Unsurprisingly, he, Triple H, agreed to it, because the first steel cage match that me and Cole had was supposed to be live on air, but was apparently shut down intentionally by WWE for whatever the reason was. I forgot. But yeah, that's the story behind that.
Atlas, congratulations on retaining your United States Championship tonight, and you have a wonderful evening.
Thanks, Byron.
And our final guests, WWE Intercontinental Champion, Bruce Weaver, and his wife, Diane Weaver.
Thanks for having us here. I'm ready to answer anybody's questions.
Great. Let's get started. First question comes from Ethan Escobar from YouTube. What match was the greatest match that you had ever been in?
Good question. I've been through a lot of good ones, inside and outside of WWE. If I had to pick one in WWE, it would be the last War Games that I was in. It was a Survivor Series that took place nearly 5 years ago. It was me, AJ Styles, Cody Rhodes, and Finn Balor versus Jack Raiden, Atlas Carter, and other Indies guys. To me, it was pretty fun and I would totally run it back.
Stop. Everyone stop. Byron, sorry to sabotage this, but I need to talk to them now. Mom, Dad, we need to talk.
Gage, seriously. Oh my God.
Sweetie, are you okay?
No, I'm not. We have to talk about this LJ drama.
Can we talk about this some?
Dad, I don't give a shit if the world is watching. I want you to tell me the truth. Did you secretly tell Justine to make sure that this Women's World Championship is off of me before LJ made her return? Is that true? Were you trying to sabotage my career when I told you not to?
Gage, I did what I thought was right.
What you thought? So, having 3 to 4 other women on my ass over nothing was just okay with you? Are you serious?
I didn't know she was going to have all of them after you all at once.
It doesn't matter. You are still interfering with my career. I didn't spend the last 4 years of my professional wrestling career to eventually fall flat over a stupid decision. I don't know whose decision it was to fire all of you in the first place, but after all of this, I can actually see why it was done. After everything that I've done in this ring and for you and Mom at home, this is what I get. I allowed you to make money in Japan while I was struggling through high school here in the US. I made as much time as I could to be there for you when you had your cancer. I did that while focusing on college. I did all of that to make one request, and that was me making my own path to WWE. I didn't want your help, I didn't need your help, and if you ever plan to reach out, I'm not accepting shit because I can't trust you. You too, Mom, you knew he was in on this. Where was the second opinion? And by the way, here's a bombshell. I lost that SummerSlam match by countout on purpose. I know I could have gotten back in the ring, but I didn't. I didn't because you, Justine, Brianna, or anybody else in that category can't control my career. Brianna doesn't deserve my championship, same as everybody else that came back here. The person that fired all of you was right. None of you deserves to work here, and I know it was my fault to have that one interview with the 3 of you. All of you, if not most of you, are terrible people. I may be your daughter at home, but here, don't you ever talk to me again.
Are we still on the air?